Hi guys, we're going to talk about the appropriate ways to put on a mask and to take it off, called donning and doffing. As everyone's going back to school, I think it's important to think about how to use masks appropriately. Little differences in how you do this can make big differences down the road in preventing disease transmission, keeping us all safe as we continue moving forward during the pandemic, especially with the school year approaching. So how old are you guys?
8.
How old are you?
6.
Okay. So we're going to show you how we can do this and what the appropriate way is to put a mask on. Right now we're using surgical masks. These are the ones with ear loops. There are other varieties of masks. Some of them have the ties that'll go on top and ties on top and the back of your neck. No matter what kind of mask you're going to be putting on, you want to start with keeping your hands clean, right? So go ahead, clean your hands. You want to clean both sides, right?
Even in between. Yeah, in
between your fingers, right? Okay. Sometimes little kids may need some assistance, but we'll see how we do. So the metal band that's typically on the top, the part you can compress typically goes at the top. Don't put that on the bottom. You want to grab it by the ear loops, not by the actual cloth itself. You're going to want to try and get it over your nose and scoop it over your ears, right? And once it's on, then you want to adjust it. So you can kind of apply it down your nose to form a good seal here. You can pull it under your chin so you'll form a good seal, so it'll also extend below your chin. Okay, is that comfortable?
Yeah.
So throughout the day, when we keep our masks on, it's going to be important to not be touching our faces, not be rubbing our mouths and things like that, right? We're going to want to keep our hands away from our face. That's going to be an important part of keeping us all safe. Not rubbing our eyes, in general, just keeping our hands out of our face, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to touch our face, we want to use hand sanitizer or wash our hands. Those would be good. So in order to take our mask off, the appropriate way to do that is, again, to avoid touching the actual cloth part of the mask. And we're going to take it by the loops of the ears, right? Go ahead. Everybody take it off. You're going to want to put it face side down. So the part that was touching your mouth is going to be up. The part that was away from your face is going to be down. We put them on paper towels here. A way to do that is to label them. Each person can label wherever they're putting their mask with their name. Typically, when you're going to be doing things, you're going to be staying 6 feet apart. Clearly, we're not right now for the purpose of the video, but typically you keep 6 feet apart. You can have your own spot for your mask. Some people use a brown bag for the mask. That's also okay. If you're using the tie mask, the one that ties above your head and below, the right way to do that is to first untie it from the bottom and then the top as you're putting it on. Again, the other ways we don't want to be wearing a mask. You don't want to have a mask where it's not covering both your mouth and your nose. It's important to be covering both. You don't want it below your chin. This is not the right way to do it. We don't want it dangling from anything. Essentially, when the mask is on, it's going to be covering our nose and our mouth, and we're going to avoid touching the cloth part of it. And we're going to keep it on our ears like this. We need to take it on and off. The right way to do it, again, is to kind of hoop it over the ears. Avoid whatever you can to touch the inside of the mask. So as you go forward, as you get ready for the year, and as we continue to move on wearing masks, the best thing that I think we can do is to practice for ourselves, practice using a mask, putting it on and off correctly, and teaching the younger ones how to do it. I think as we continue to wear masks, it'll be easier for those persons that are doing it, and it's a very small thing that can have a very big benefit to keep us all safe moving forward for the rest of the year. Thank you.